Yo, there! Now, straight to the point about the MKX thing. I see what you mean, okay? I completely see what you mean. It is balls-tastic, it makes absolutely no bloody sense, and frankly, certain companies need to get their shit in, or shit kicked in, because of such things. Now, let me bring you a bit of that corporate shill side because there is a whole mentality behind that kind of process. And my tablet just fucking died. That just falls at the right moment. I'll be fully concentrated on talking to you about such issues. So, okay. So, when it comes to big boss, corporate, whatever, the whole thinking process behind this is we're going to have content ready and easier to download compared to, let's say, popping it out afterward. Now, seeing that the content is already on disk, it makes it easier to download. I don't fully understand. How do I say this? I don't fully understand why. Well, okay, I understand a part of it because easier to download, it makes it less of a headache, but at the same time, they kind of need to understand the fact that you are straight up putting a content on the disk and you are locking it. Thus, what the fuck? Yeah, I got my tablet to work again. Okay. So, and at the same time, I do remember on other projects I've worked on, like way before, specific PC project, that kind of content went on afterward. One thing that they did was reserving certain spots for that content, but those were hidden below the map because basically you'd get warped into that area after accessing the DLC. And since this was an area in progress and not really spotted on the map itself, people took time, or how do I say that? People took time to find out that specific spot. One of those spots was discovered, okay? And basically it was inactive. It was completely inactive. There was no follow-up. I think it was only the first stage of that specific DLC that was there. And that's about it. You know, people went like, oh, Kotaku, look, and blah, blah, blah. But it was inactive and it wasn't complete. And then, okay, once the big DLC launched, it was maybe 2 gigs download. And boom, there you go. You got the content. So I don't fully understand why big corporation or big companies do not see that as an alternative instead of basically extending game development to encompass those DLCs and then lock them away. When it comes to DLC, how do I say it? It should go back to the form of expansions. You know, okay, game's done. What did people like about the game so that we can add more? And then, okay, let's go full-fledged on that. Instead of saying from the get-go, this is going to be DLC, we're shoving it in there already, and it's locked by a pay code. I don't know. It feels weird. I can see the corporate sense of it, but at the same time, you know, I'm always pro-consumer. I haven't I haven't lost my fucking soul, but no, it is an odd thing. It's a they'll basically use the technicality aspect of it, which does make sense, yet at the same time, it is not really pro-consumer. And now that you've brought the attention of, those premium towers, that actually, okay, I can come back to you on that with... I can see that in 2 ways. Of course, I can see it on the negative way. That's an obvious statement. But at the same time, I can also see it as a little niblet of what you can get access via the combat pack. Kind of like going, okay, look, you're not purchasing the the combat pack, which is quite expensive. It's $30 plus 4 characters plus 15 costumes, blah blah blah. That could be expensive for a lot of people, and that's understandable. So instead, we will give you a little niblet for free. A little nibbler for free, alright? And you can try out these characters in that premium tower so that if you feel confident enough about any one of these characters, you can purchase them individually, I hope. Or you can get the whole pack. Now, one thing that I'm kind of wondering is, are the endings for those characters in arcade mode locked away as well? Are they accessible via the premium tower? That's what I'm kind of wondering. I haven't got the full lowdown on the premium tower. I've honestly been staying away from all the news, mostly because I kind of want to get a fresh hand on there, and I want to see what the game's all about without too much spoilers. Yet, I guess seeing these kind of issues is prompting many questions, valid questions, and a good reflection on what the hell's happening with the industry. I mean, hell, especially when you look at stuff or other games like Shovel Knight, which are putting DLCs much later, and let's say, I'm talking out of my ass because I don't know the full process. I've only been seeing the stuff that is going to be added for the Wii U version and the PS4 version. So I'm kind of considering those as DLCs, yet maybe not, they're not coming on PC. Okay, better example, Shadowrun. Alright, there was a Shadowrun version for PC, and then there was Dragonfall, which was the expansion slash upgraded version. The version a lot of people will tell you to play instead. Okay, and all this was made post-production, which is really cool. Or hell, look, Mighty Number 9. The game is at a very stable state and nearly completed, but they had a crowdfunding campaign to add more stuff. You see, it's not locking away stuff, is to add more stuff. So this is where I'm kind of hoping big companies learn not to fuck around with people by locking away content. On the flip side, I do want to see, and I do want to try to go back to the past and see, have people whined about huge DLC download? If that's the case, then yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for not accepting a 4 gig download. Then again, characters, maybe they're not that huge, right? I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. I'm not a programmer, and it'd be great if we could get some comments from a programmer to at least give us a bit more of an insight on how difficult is it to add expansion characters in a fighting game. Alright? And not breaking the entire game at the same time. That would be great. Yet, then again, wishful thinking, right? They're under strict NDAs. Unless we get ex-Capcom people. I'm pretty sure after Street Fighter 4, a lot of people got fed up and mad. Or maybe after Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Somebody contact Ono. So, yeah, Bear, there's some in, there's some out. We'll have to wait and see, alright? There could be some explanation behind all of this. Yet, again, it is on a high dosage, let's say 70%. This kind of practice is anti-consumer. It's locked away. You've already paid for the game, the content should be in there, and all of that good stuff. So, we'll have to wait and see, alright? But this is opening up some interesting discussions, and I'm hoping to see more of this in the future. Alright? Later, people. Oh, and I'll put the channel link, BearHugger29. I hope I'm getting this right. Let me just double check, alright? Yeah! BearHugger29. There we go. I'll put the channel link in the description. I will see you all later. Get the discussion going, people.